city.
Woodbury is collaborative.
Woodbury is inclusive.
Woodbury is innovative.
Woodbury is impactful.
Woodbury is an all-American city.
Welcome, Woodbury. My goodness.
Thank you.
And you even brought your trees with you, so. Cecilia wanted to know how you pack those. I said, which I thought was a pretty good question. Anyway, what a nice entrance. And we certainly have read your story, so we want you to tell us about it. And I'm sure this panel will have some questions to ask you. So are you ready to do your presentation?
We're ready.
Yeah.
All right, please begin.
Hi, I'm Ryder. I'm a sixth grader at the Math and Science Academy. This is my friend, Mayor Mary. These are some of our friends and neighbors from Woodbury. That's my dad over there, the one pretending to be an old, stiff tree. Lucky for him, it won't take too much acting. We want to tell you a little bit about where we live.
That's right, Ryder. Like so many cities in America, Woodbury is a fast-growing city. 50 years ago, there were fewer than 7,000 people in Woodbury. Today, there are almost 70,000. As we grow, we expand our sense of community. Like a grove of trees, we get stronger through diversity. And it's important that we nourish our roots and we celebrate the heights that can be reached. People like Nikki, Lisa, and Dana that are going to tell the stories today about our projects show us that amazing things happen when people love where they live. They are our mighty oaks. They bring people together. They bring back. They help everyone feel like they belong.
3 projects especially show what happened in Woodbury when people did their best for the place they called home.
First, Nikki and Lisa organized the Feed My Starving Children mobile pack. At this 4-day event, we packed enough meals to feed more than 11,000 children for a year.
This monumental effort of over 20,000 volunteers to produce over 4 million meals, and let me say that again, 20,000 volunteers to produce over 4 million meals at one of the biggest Feed My Starving Children mobile pack events ever, demonstrates Woodbury's civic pride, generosity, and teamwork.
Hi, I'm Nikki. There were many things that stood out for me about this mobile pack. One was how the people came in, streaming in, so happy, from all different areas. Some children, some adults, seniors, kids, parents, and business leaders, all there for the same purpose, to feed hungry children around the world, children they would likely never know or see. This was truly amazing and the best example of community and collaboration that I've ever been witness to or a part of.
Hi, I'm Lisa. All you would see as you looked over a sea of people packing were people shoulder to shoulder just working hard to get the job done. And it was this spirit of getting it done that was prevalent and just incredible throughout the entire mobile pack. Dave here was our leader, and he would say things like,
All right, Woodbury, who can give me 3 boxes in the next 15 minutes?
You could just feel the energy in the room just ramp up. The energy in this whole dome just ramp up. And people were just working so hard to meet that challenge. And it was honestly, it was the most beautiful thing I'd ever been a part of. It was all done with the spirit of community and in hopes of feeding kids not only globally, but locally as well. And it was a blessing to be a part of.
Just like Feed My Starving Children, this second project also shows what people can do when their community is important to them.
After the loss of their daughter, Dana Millington set out to help other families who had children with disabilities by building Madison's Place, a 16,000 square foot, fully accessible, all-inclusive playground.
We had so much physical, emotional, and financial support from so many organizations and people in honor of my daughter, Madison Clare. That was a profound illustration of our ability to break down barriers and inspire collaboration out of love for family and community.
Good afternoon, judges. My name is Kate. I am autistic. I've lived in Woodbury for 30 years. Growing up, I was always excluded from many things. I was teased because I was different. All I wanted to do was be included and have friends like all the other kids. Madison's Place will teach kids at a young age to create friendships with all kids. It will also help foster the inclusion in schools to prevent bullying against kids with special needs.
Good afternoon. My name is Manashri, and I raised $10,000 for the Madison's Place playground. My best friend Sydney has spinal muscular atrophy just like Madison. She's unable to play on traditional playgrounds due to several limitations that cause issues for her wheelchair, such as stairs and steps, small tight spaces, and sand or wood chips. I knew how much this playground would mean to Sydney and all the other kids in the community, so I wanted to help. I had been inspired by Malala Yousafzai, an 18-year-old Nobel Peace Prize winner who said, "One book, one pen, one teacher, and one student can change the world." I want to let everyone know that it is never too early to dedicate yourself to a worthy cause, regardless of age.
The third project is about making sure everyone feels empowered to do great things because they live in such an inclusive community.
One of Woodbury's greatest strengths is our growing diversity. Over the last 20 years, the percentage of residents of color has doubled twice. Woodbury's percentage is now amongst the highest in the Twin Cities metropolitan area. But in 2015, we spotted a red flag in our biennial community survey. Although our community was growing, our residents' sense of community was not. We needed to figure out why. So Jonathan here and a team of dedicated staff members took on the case.
Thank you, Mayor. As a team, we want to learn more about government's role in creating and overcoming racial inequities. As our city grows in diversity, we knew that residents may encounter barriers to structural and systemic racism, and it was our responsibility to eliminate those barriers. However, we didn't know how or even where to find those barriers in the first place.
Hello. Hola. Buenos dias. Assalamu alaikum. Mabuhay. Hey, y'all. My name is Maria. So we got together with the city to make sure to really learn from our neighbors. I've been working with the city through a nonprofit called Woodbury Thrives. Together, we are brainstorming creative ways to find out what the community thinks. We begin to build a new relationship with our citizens. Our citizens begin to consider these emotional connections with the places, and new possibilities emerge.
While Jonathan and Maria engage the community, a smaller team of city staff are focusing internally to identify and dismantle structural bias from within. Hi, I'm Sarah. Over the course of this year, 6 of us will collaborate with 20 local governments in our area to learn more about how race impacts our residents along every indicator for success, how government is historically and presently responsible for those disparities, and what we can do about it. We are working with passion and urgency to develop strategies, train decision makers, and educate ourselves, but we're just at the beginning now.
We want to build a welcoming and inclusive community. We're just beginning the process to see what that looks like. We are community engagement.
When people love where they live and work together like a grove of trees, amazing things happen.
With good soil, clean air, and fresh water, our grove grows big and strong. Engaged residents must have what they need to break down barriers. Then they can nourish and inspire. They can make and help those they work with become even better. They do this because they feel a sense of belonging, pride, and ownership. They want to make a great city even better.
As our community grows and changes, we want to grow and change with our community. We fed over 4 million children. We built a playground where everyone can play, and I can't wait to see what our community does next.
When we're working with the most powerful of motivators, the human heart, we can't be beat.
We are innovation.
We are collaboration.
We are civic engagement.
We are inclusion.
I hope you learned a little bit about Woodbury. I think these projects show off what is so cool about living there. Thanks for your time and consideration, but I need to go help the old man get out of his tree costume before he turns into a crab apple. Everybody now.
We are all Americans.